Hey y'all. So, did you all get a chance to watch the protests? And I got a chance to sit down and kind of just, watch several ones from different cities and states. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, y'all. We have protesters that were armed out there. And they propelled a person, y'all, that is right now fighting for their life. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But I got to hand it to the police, the army. They kept things peaceful, and they put up with a lot of stuff, y'all. They really do, just to save lives. They put up with a lot. Just wonder, just think about it. If the people that's in the army and the people that was, out there with these people doing the rallies and stuff like that, just think if that person was somebody that we had heard about was a dirty cop, or, you know, itsy with the papow finger. Just think about if one of those people was out there and somebody came and spat in their face or something like that. Just think of that. That would be crazy, right, y'all? This is so crazy it don't even make sense. Well, first let me get to my intro. I keep just going on and on and on. But anyway, y'all, um, hello, welcome to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like the video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all, and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some is not. And the fair act use is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. First, I want to say happy Sunday. I hope everyone have a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Please stay aware of your surroundings. And please, y'all, watch the company that you keep, because it just may save your life or keep you out of trouble. Okay, y'all? So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Um, this was the rally today. This was the protest today. They were putting up all kind of, mingle tingle flags, all kind of stuff, y'all. They are really peed off about people not letting them get their way, basically. This is what this one is about. And they had they, signs up, which I still don't understand. It looked like a Crown Royal top right there to me. I'm just going to put it out there. But this is them saying, no king, no king, no king. And Jesus is king, y'all. So who is y'all really saying no king to? Is you saying no king to Jesus? Because Trump is not a king. I'm just going to put it out there, okay? So y'all kind of sound stupid unless y'all talking about Jesus. I'm just saying. And it would make sense for what's going on right now, because there's so much demonic stuff going on. I wouldn't be surprised if they just coming out saying no, 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 no God or whatever, okay, y'all? Because it is what it is, all right, y'all? So basically, it was a lot of different protests today in different cities and states. And I can't remember which one is which. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I took pictures from New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Utah, different places where it was a lot of stuff going on. That okay, y'all. So yeah, you caught some moments where it could have got out of hand, but you really have to give it to the police and the army people, because they kept things at bay, even though people still getting on their nerves, and people were still throwing bricks. Y'all, they were taking hammers and chopping up the concrete, y'all. And they was taking these bricks and throwing it at the police, y'all. They still was throwing it. And all that morning, yesterday morning, that's all they kept talking about. It was everything is peaceful, everything this. But it was not going to be peaceful unless those police was there. If those police wouldn't have been there, y'all, they was going to wreak havoc and break in more stores and everything. And the crazy part about it is, well, a lot of people was protesting that there wasn't really nothing left, because they had already hit those stores. But people were still coming so they could get some free stuff too. Okay, y'all? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can't believe the things that is taking place right now, right before our eyes. It's crazy. Look how they chopped up this bricks and stuff, so that they can get the parts of the cement and just put it in their book bags and throw it at the police. Y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. And I was just like, and my mama too, she was like, why they got all the people out there and they ain't doing nothing? They still writing all over the wall and destroying property. They still throwing at the police. And they got all of these soldiers out there just to just stand there. It seemed like some butt kicking time. I'm just saying, y'all. And this caught my eye when I was taking the pictures. Do y'all see this police lady right here? She is just smiling at the crowd like her family members out there. I ain't lying. She acted as if she was on top of the world, that her race was out here acting a fool. And she felt like she was going to be, not touched if it went down. She was just smiling at the crowd. And I was like, Lord have mercy. It's so obvious that some of the people that came over here infiltrated different jobs just so they could keep up with what, and make sure that the people that is our enemy over here, that they can, have some feedback. I'm just saying, y'all. It just amazes me. This little woman right here, I just don't see her even being a police officer. She's tiny for one. I don't know. Maybe she's strong and I don't know it, but she just seemed like somebody that probably would. I'm just gonna throw it out there, y'all. This is my personal opinion, but she probably would protect one of the people out here before she would protect one of the cops. She is so comfortable that she feel like this is her family that's out there. I swear, just all she was doing was smiling right here, y'all. Right here by this little stick right here. She's just smiling at all of the people that look like her. Okay, y'all? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You never know who's standing right by you that might not really be there for to help you. It's crazy. This was New York, I think. I remember this being New York. And they had, a news conference or some kind of conference out there. And the crowd was all in the inside. And then all of a sudden they cleared back out. And everybody's just all over the street. Y'all, do y'all see how many people is out on the street right now, y'all? This is crazy right now. And a lot of people is, like I said, Trump's fault for everything. Let them tell it. It's his fault. Y'all, look at this person right here to the left that got this mask on, okay? I told y'all, a lot of people had on masks. A lot of people came to cause chaos, y'all. They really did. And I'm so surprised that there wasn't more people hit up out there, y'all. And they actually caught the people that did it. So, yeah, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. But yeah, y'all, it looked like we are at WAR, y'all. This is what it looks like. That we are at it, y'all. And we're used to seeing this stuff on TV with them, running up and down the street and boom, boom, and all this stuff back and forth. We used to see this in army movies and stuff like this on TV when they go into other countries, but never have I ever seen this bad like it is right now. And what is the mask for if it ain't for you to be on some bull crap? I'm telling y'all, these masks that everybody had on, they were the ones that's up to no good. There were good protesters out there, but it was a lot of them that was there to start chaos, y'all. I was reading the walls and everything. I was trying to read what they was writing on the wall because I couldn't understand a lot of stuff. A cab right here. I was like, what is a cab? Somebody need a ride? But no, I looked up the abbreviation and it says something about all cops are bastards, y'all. This is what it said, y'all. They got initials for it, y'all. That's they slang, I guess. Because I thought somebody was asking for a cab to come through or something. Because I'm just saying, y'all. And look, y'all, they have so much police presence out there today. I kid y'all not. It was police and army people everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And when they got ready to walk them down, they walked them down. Oh, yeah, they spread it out. They went around them. They blocked off streets and everything so they couldn't get away if they did start some mess. And they were ready today. I kid y'all not. They was locked and loaded. They were ready. All of those systems that they had on point. And it saved lives today. It really did. And like I said, when it got time for them to walk them down, the cars, the horses, the men, it was like you was watching Game of Thrones, y'all. I kid y'all not. It was crazy of the things that was taking place today. But they were prepared. They were ready for whatever. And they had everything under control in every city and state. They had it down pat, y'all. Okay, now this is one that I could not understand because the first thing came to my mind was spiritual warfare. I mean, y'all know what WAR fair. This is what I came to my mind. I saw this man and I was like, who is the Shaka Zulu? Y'all, this man was in the middle of the street looking like he was doing a ritual, y'all. He looked like he was doing a ritual, like he was in some type of, I don't know what y'all call them, parades that they be having, and they be doing those little rituals at whatever y'all call that place, y'all New Orleans or whatever. This is what I saw. This is what I saw, and I was like, Lord have mercy. What is we gonna see next? It was like one thing after another. Like he was a leader and he was calling the demons out. Like y'all do this and y'all do that. This is what it seemed like. I told y'all, for some reason, while Diddy is in jail, all the demons is coming out. And this is all I saw right here. Like it was like The Walking Dead. It made me think about Shaka Zulu though. I was like, oh Lord, do we gotta bring him out of retirement to come handle this? Because this was crazy. This was insane, y'all. It really was. Look at the soldiers, how they was lined up, y'all. They was ready for it, okay? And they didn't look like they had a care in the world. I swear they did. They didn't have a care in the world, as if they had this, they weren't even worried about it. And I really heard people doing some of the lives. I heard people in the background saying, "Oh, it's like 100 cops over there. We can take them." I heard people saying that in the background. That is more of us than them. We could rush them. Y'all, I'm glad they didn't, cause it would have went down. They when I tell y'all they wasn't playing, they wasn't playing, y'all. They was ready. Look at how many people out here. They was ready for whatever that came their way. I enjoy seeing the horses. They so pretty, y'all. I couldn't help myself. These are some gorgeous horses. Like they just well taken care of too, y'all. Boy, oh boy. I mean, it was a show. All I can say, y'all. Still writing on the wall. Still messing up properties. Still throwing at the police, and they still gave them a break. And I wonder, I truly wonder, if they were black instead of the race that they are, would they have still been so nice, or would they would have rushed us if it would have been us? I'm just saying, y'all. I just have to address the elephant in the room, okay? But all in all, they did save lives today. Now, there were some bad apples that was out there. I was watching the crowd closely, y'all, trying to just catch faces, whatever they was throwing up, whatever. I just was trying to just figure it out, okay? This one stood out to me when he took a flag and made a scarf with it over his face and everything. This stood out to me. I was like, Lord, they using the flag for everything. What you gonna use it next for? A tissue? Because this is what it seemed like, y'all. This guy right here kept trying to stand by the police. He kept standing by the police. And the police got sick of him and they pushed him away. And they found this is when they pushed him away. But all beforehand, he right walking with them with this in their hand. You don't even know if this a kaboom, boom, boom, or anything. Okay? This is another thing that was weird because everybody with these backpacks and all of that stuff. If I was the police, I would have been pulling people over just to check to see what they had in their bag. And pulling them over. But y'all know what I'm saying. I would have been searching people out there instead of just letting them walk around with all of these suitcases and stuff like that. And this could have been something to hurry people. And why did this man keep standing by the police? All while he was out there, he was standing by the police. And I was like, I'm glad that one of them pushed him away from him, because he was like a gnat up under them. And it just made you wonder, was he going to walk away, leave that bag, and that bag was going to go kaboom and take out some cops and stuff? Because there was a reason behind, y'all, him standing by the police with this bag. I'm just saying, y'all. Now, I wanted to go to other bad apples that was out there. A lot of these guys in this circle right here are together. These couple right here, they're together, and they were out there for bull crap, y'all. And you see how this one right here, right straight ahead of us to the left a little bit. Do you see how he's staring at the camera? Every time the camera got by him, he was trying to hide from the camera. You remember what Boosie cousin was doing? Every time, I guess that's cousin, the camera get by him, he'll try to like hide from the camera and stuff. This is what this guy was doing. This what he was doing, y'all. I kid y'all not. Trying to hide from the camera. And not only were they in this little inner circle of some bad apples, but they had some more people across the street that was with them. Okay, y'all. I noticed that too. I clocked in. I was doing my homework on this. But yes, y'all, I was paying attention to this. And something in my soul said, there is going to be some BLOOD shared tonight. Some kept telling me this, and I don't know if this was the same city and state where. No, I don't believe it is, because Utah is where the person got hit up at. But this could have happened anywhere, y'all. It really could. It could have happened anywhere. Y'all gotta excuse me. My nose keeps stopping up. My sinus is going crazy because it keep raining and it stop and rain and stop. So y'all just have to excuse how I'm talking right now. Okay? Give me 1 second. Okay. So these were the guys. Like I told you, some of the guys was trying to look like they were some college students, or if they were out there for press. Some of the people was pretending. Some of these little badges and stuff like that they had, they weren't out there for no press or no helping nobody. To me, they were the ones that was finna kick it off. This is why he all masked up with these glasses look like on and stuff. All of these guys together right here in this little inner circle right here. It's some more right there behind them over there. They're all together, y'all. And they came out there to set it off. I'm just gonna put it out there. This guy right here, this the same one that was over there in that corner with that little tag on it. You see him? And he kept hiding, y'all. Why did he keep hiding? See, this it right here. Why did he keep hiding? Every few minutes he was just hiding. Let me go. I'm trying to go back to him. See, that ain't him. That's somebody else. He had, but they all together though, cause I don't see the chain on him. He had from the camera. This other guy had in front of the camera right here. They're all together, y'all. But they were pretending somewhat that they wasn't. And when they'll get so far down, they'll call across the street for their other boys to come up, and then they'll split back up again. Oh yeah, y'all. When I tell y'all they was calling themselves getting some organized crap together out there, they really was trying, but it just didn't work. It truly did not work, y'all. The police was on top of everything, and then I saw them bringing in fire trucks, and the fire trucks was to help block the streets off so they couldn't get away if they wanted to. If something kicked off, they wasn't going to be able to get away. So they were going to have to, stand and face the consequences of whatever. Okay, y'all? But these guys right here, this one right here to the right, with the with the green, red, and black on his face. This guy right here, all these guys is together. This one right here too in the front with the glasses too. All of these guys are together, and they were there for no good, y'all. They really was. But this is him trying to throw his hand in his face, trying to hide from the camera again. This is, like I told y'all, a bunch of bad apples. He, taking pictures, calling for his boy to come back across the street. Yeah, y'all. This was another crew that was out there for some BS. Trying to see what all they could get them. So I guess they wanted some gold chains that might have been ready for that. Hit up another jewelry store. Ain't no telling. But people were being smart after the other people had businesses got raided. They turned around and boarded up their places. And 9 times out of 10, they probably took the most expensive stuff out of there so that it wouldn't get hit up, y'all. Y'all, this is a mess. This is a mess. And you can see it on their face. They were there to start chaos. And look at all the smoke in the air and all of that from them throwing the little little things so everybody could back up or whatever. This look like you watching the movie, y'all. It's some type of army movie in the dust from, the pow pows and stuff like that. But they were ready. I have to tell y'all, they were ready. They were ready for whatever today. And they didn't look stressed the least little bit. They looked like they was coming to break somebody off. If things would have got out of hand, it was about to go down. They was not for the play. They was not. Okay, y'all? Seriously, they wasn't. And like I said, when they get to walking them down, they walked away. Oh, they walked away. It wasn't no trying to be hard and acting like they act during the day or whatever when they first coming out there and thinking that they about to run something. No, it wasn't nothing like that. They were getting the heck out the way. Now, let me tell y'all this, and this was so sad to listen to, because when you are out there, and I just said this before on my page, when you are out there with people and rallying and all of this stuff, and doing your little protests and stuff like that, you have to be careful of the person standing right next to you. There's so many people out there right now that's protesting. Some of them are undercover police. Some of them are, press. Some of it. I mean, they're all different situations. Okay, some people is just walking up. Undercover people that was there. Remember, I was telling y'all that some of the Trump supporters was out there too. It was a lot of people that was undercover that was out there. People would try to, do something to the police or the army people, and there were people that would jump out the crowd and tackle them and stuff like that. People were working with them. So they didn't have to touch people. They had people out there for to stop people and get them out their face too. Y'all, this was crazy. And somebody was right next to this man right here that's got the handcuffs on that the police is about to arrest. This person allegedly, okay, y'all, this is what they're saying. Him and two other people just got arrested. They're saying that they were working together, and they don't know if it's more than them, but this guy pulled out his weapon and put it to somebody's head, y'all. That's my understanding. And boom. And this was in Utah. It was no argument. They didn't bump into each other. None of that stuff. This guy right here allegedly just pulled out a weapon and boom, right in the head to somebody that was out there rallying with him. That was on his side, if this is what his cause was. Okay? This is why I tell y'all all the time, be careful. And I tell you, if y'all don't need to be at these rallies, don't be there. Leave this mess alone. This don't have nothing to do with us. Okay, outside, only thing this has to do with us is our pockets, okay? Taxpayers' money. But other than that, this wasn't our problem. And I said that a lot of these people did not even want blacks out there with them. Now, some people's on social media saying, please, we need the blacks to help us. But at the same time, there were some people out there saying that we don't need them. We good. They don't even like us either, okay? They ain't just mad at Trump. They don't like some of us either. Now, unfortunately, I'm just saying, y'all, that this whole situation happened. Seriously. This guy was marching or whatever, or in a car or whatever. He was right next to this guy. And he just pulled out something and boom, just like they did Offset, okay, y'all? Not Offset, Takeoff. And somebody just was standing there and he was a target. Yeah. They just target this man and boom. And he is right now fighting for his life, y'all. Fighting for his life. And from the looks of it, he got hit right in the head. So he put it right to this man's head. I told y'all it was going to be people out there with weapons, didn't I? Didn't I tell y'all that? And I said that the police better be careful that they don't snatch their weapon. Because don't think that they wasn't eyeing some of these police weapons out there. They were. They were. And some of these police was laughing in their face and this and that and trying to... no, you can't. You got to be serious. You cannot play around when it comes to situations like this. Because it could all be a setup. There are so many people, allegedly, that's out there right now that were paid to be out there. They were paid. And some just like chaos. That's why they were out there. But they did arrest this guy, and then they turned around and arrested two more, y'all. One person critically injured in Papouan at SLC protests. One person in custody. Now they have 3 people, I think, in custody. Three, y'all. And where you see the white spots at is I was trying to cover up the person that got hit in the head. Okay, because my understanding, he got hit in the head because if you look at his hat over here on the ground, and I tried to cover up all of the BLOOD, okay, but this is the person's hat. He looks to be either Hispanic or maybe a white person, or probably Hispanic too. And this person was just marching right with, I guess he was marching right with everybody else out there, just like everybody else, trying to support. And somebody walked up to him and boom. So this tell y'all that a lot of people was out there with weapons and a lot of people was going to be going after headshots on people. And a lot of times they already pick who they want to get. This is why I was saying it was so important for Nick to not be out there today. And I don't know if he was out there today because I did see him at Trump's um they had like a parade or something today for the military. I seen him earlier there, so maybe he decided to not be out there for today because of all the rumors of what was going to take place. And I'm gonna tell y'all, they're already targeting Nick Shirley. Since he been going to these protests, the protesters is going off on him, telling him that he's privileged, white privilege. They're telling him to get out of their face with that. You know, he's a blogger. They telling him to get out their face and all kind of stuff. They don't like him whatsoever. They were all, and then they were acting like they like him. He turned his head. They was putting their middle finger up behind his head. Oh yes, this is what they were doing to the blogger. And he speaks a lot of different languages and all that. It's a white guy, but he speaks all these different languages, and he's young too. But he's a sweetie pie. He don't mess with nobody. And people were just, they didn't like him out there. And if this stuff would have went down, best believe somebody was going to target him if it would have went down. So I hope he was not out there tonight. I didn't run into anything that he posted about it, but I'm just saying, hopefully he wasn't. This is no different being out here than being in the yard and a prison, situation break out and everybody's just pulling out weapons, blah, 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 going after different people. Yeah, this is what this was like today, to the 25th power. And what I didn't understand too was, why was elderly people out there? Why were children out there? Like I said, I don't understand it. Ain't nowhere in the world that kids should have been out there at all. No way. That was a danger. If something would have kicked off and everybody started scattering and running, which they did when this man got propelled, it could have been, running over people and everything. And what would a child do if it fall on the ground and people just start running and stepping up? This was nowhere for a child to be. This was nowhere for elderly people to be. I saw so many elderly people out there marching and everything, and I was like, oh my God, why is they out there? Why ain't they family members telling them, no, this you stay in the house, you watch TV, or I'm watching from TV? I didn't get that. It was so many elderly people out there. But prayers up for this person right here, because he is fighting for his life right now, y'all. Yes, he is. So prayers up for him. Because they say it is bad. They are saying it is really, really bad. And this is one more reason I said for people to stay home. Stay away from this mess. This is not our fight. Stay away from it. And let them do what they gonna do. Because this is what a lot of people voted for. For them to get people back out this country that was not supposed to be here. Until they got their paperwork together, just like everybody else that's here. This is sad, y'all. A body down over stupidity. And he was just singled out. This made me think about Takeoff. I swear it made me think about Takeoff. Because everybody was just, Offset over there arguing. Not Offset, but Quavo over there arguing. And everybody point their weapon to him. It was like it was a straight setup. And this is what this looked like right here. This man was out there minding his own business, not arguing with nobody, nothing. And this man just walked up to him. Boom. This is why I said Nick Shirley got to be careful, y'all. And this is where it happened at right here, y'all. This is where it happened at. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I wonder was they on the scooter or whatever and rode up on that person. And maybe they was going to try to get away with this scooter after they took him out. And maybe that's when the police caught him. Because he's over there on the ground. Nah. I'm just saying, y'all. And when the pow started, everybody scattered, started running in different directions. This is what you see right now. Everybody running in different directions. This is crazy. Prayers up for that person that was out there. Man. Man, oh man. And then these were people that were ducking when they started hearing the pow, pow, pow. And I heard rumors that people were standing over these, bridges or whatever, and they were throwing stuff down. I heard rumors of that, but I didn't see it yet. But I ain't ran across it yet. But people were telling me that they were, throwing stuff off of the bridges over the, the cars coming past and stuff like that, or people walking past down there. They were throwing stuff off. This is what I heard. But this is them now taking cover because they hear the pow that's going on. Lord have mercy, y'all. This is crazy. And this is where it happened at Salt Lake City, Utah. The Salt Lake City Police Department is investigating a howling that occurred during a No Kings protest Saturday near 200 South State Street, and officials are urging people to disperse the demonstrations in an orderly fashion. We can confirm the propellant resulted in one person being critically injured, the department posted on X at 8:29 p.m. The patient has been taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. This is sad, y'all. A Utah News Dispatch reporter that was a scene saw the crowd scatter. So somebody that was on the scene, this is what they said, that they saw the crowds just start scattering, going in different directions, with someone shouting out that they heard, ba-boom, ba-boom, boom, boom. This is what people were shouting out, saying that they heard some weapon, being pulled, and pow, pow, pow. And it wasn't no fireworks, because it was people out there with fireworks, but they knew, oh, this is the real deal. And they started taking off running, y'all. A photojournalist also witnessed what appeared to be, a victim lying in the street with several people administering aid. Soon after, the victim was seen being loaded into an ambulance. The police department also said officers had a person of interest in custody. They urged people to leave the demonstration safely and orderly. So yes, y'all. When I tell y'all it hit the fan today, it really, really did. It went down today. So y'all be safe, be safe, be safe. Please, if you got a loved one that want to be in these rallies, tell them don't be out there, because they will set it off, and you never know when somebody walking behind you, they little group of people that say, oh, you get that one, or you get that one, and I'm on this one. And they're following their target. So when it do kick off, they're going to get the person that, they all wanted as that target. You know what I'm saying, y'all? This is crazy. Crazy, crazy. This is sad. This is sad on so many levels. You have to be careful going to these rallies, especially when it's this much tension is building. And I can see it if I can somewhat see it if, they wasn't putting out a lot of messages and subliminals right now like they are. They are putting out subliminals and messages saying, y'all, that they didn't want blacks out there. So I'm telling y'all, they were going to be a target. They were going to be a target. They were probably walking behind some of those police officers and already deciding who they were putting who on who. Okay, y'all? And everybody had their little phones out and this and that. I said, Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. You never know what's standing next to you. And everybody trying to be friendly. This group of people that's out there right now, it's a lot of demons. A lot of demons, y'all. Walking around right next to you. There's so many of them. And you don't know who is there for you and who is not. And just because somebody be nice to you in a this type of environment or whatever, doesn't mean that they won't sacrifice themselves and you too. So always be careful of that, because this is so very important. It really is. It's so very important for people to understand it. You thinking that you about to get over and go downtown and tap up, these people businesses and steal and this and that and this. This might be the last time you steal again when you dealing with this type of situation. It might be the very last time. Because you're thinking that everybody there is in cahoots with each other, but they're not. Just like these 3 guys picked this one guy out and you see it didn't matter the color, because this guy that they just pow, 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 He looked like he could be Hispanic or something like that. That he could pass for migrants too. So why did they target him? Why him, y'all? This is what I'm asking. This is major. And this was so sad that somebody out there rallying, trying to, you know, join in with everybody else and support the migrants. He ended up possibly, and hopefully he don't, but it's a possibility that he could lose his life right now for supporting the same people that just try to take his life. Y'all, you can't make this up. But I tell y'all, it's getting real. And they asked it, and everybody said, is they about to stop? And everybody said, no, they're not about to stop. Until ICE people stop coming to their houses, they about to keep doing this. Is this what we are headed for this summer? Because this is what it seemed like. This summer is about to be off the chain, y'all. It is. In other words, the block is hot. Like somebody said in the comment section, the block is surely hot right now. And how long is they going to do this? Blocking the streets every night. How long are they going to do this? And I'm going to tell y'all this. They're talking about how much money Trump is spending on having the soldiers come to defend, their own country. What about all the money that Biden spent and sent to other countries? I'm just saying. So they're not supposed to help their own people? When people are clearly here for the cause chaos? Like, this makes no sense, y'all. This makes no sense at all. They were saying that they were mad because he wanted these people to come there and make sure that they didn't continue to tear up the city and the state. This all that, he was doing. This all Trump was doing. Trying to make sure they didn't continue to tear up property. Breaking people's stores and steal for them. He wanted to get some order. He was tired of all these police cars getting set on fire. And he decided to send these people in. And it's been H to the ELL on earth with people not listening to him. Not listening. It would have been crazy out there. They would have broken so many other businesses and everything if Trump would have sent those soldiers there. And they know it too. They know it too. That's the crazy part. They know it too. Y'all, when I tell y'all this is a hot mess, I mean it. They actually showed the snipers on the roof and their weapons that they had sitting by on, different rooftops. They were ready. They clearly were ready, y'all. They really was. But I couldn't get over Missy right here just smiling at them like, ooh, if something break off, y'all ain't gonna touch me, right? I'm one of y'all. This is how she was looking. I'm just saying, y'all. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Prayers up for the individual that, if he pulled through, almost lost his life over some BS. Almost lost his life over some BS. Standing out there marching with demons. Demons. Because this is what I see a lot of them as. Demons. Seriously. You want to tie up America because you didn't come over here legally. And ain't going through the proper procedure, to get your citizenship. You would rather steal somebody else's ID and pretend to be them. Instead of go through the proper channels so that you don't have to worry about this type of stuff. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with laws? They don't want no laws? When Biden was in office, I'm going to say this really, really quickly. It seemed to like Sodom and Gomorrah. Because the more nastier people got, the more grimy they got, the more things just had no morals to it whatsoever, the more all of this stuff took place. And Lord have mercy, this look like the guy that's over there. Don't this guy with this blue jacket? Oh my goodness, he looked like the hitter. Tell me this man is not the hitter, y'all. I'm going to have to go back through my pictures. But I think I blew it out of his face. But y'all, this looked like one of the hitters that was chasing, not chasing him, but target that man and try to take him out. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look how he's staring over here. He got the same hair and everything. Height, complexion. I wonder did he have on a blue jacket? Because I didn't see him with a jacket on or a shirt on when he got arrested. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, y'all. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Please try to watch a commercial or two. It helps the channel. And peace, y'all. Peace.